I have with me Elizabeth Jackson. She's from the NRAS Superstore, and we're going to find out what she's doing. Elizabeth, welcome to Dollars or Cents here at the Trading Investing Expo. What do you do?
Well, look, you know what? We're all about NRAS. You know, we're waiting for round 5 to come through, and
what's round 5?
Round 5. We're getting ready to release round 5 allocations into the market, and that means new product to sell to investors who are really interested in purchasing NRAS.
So what
products.
is NRAS?
It's a National Rental Affordability Scheme. It's been around since 2007, and the short version is a client buys an NRAS property and rents it at 20% less market rent, and the government compensates them for doing that and gives them back $10,300 that NRAS year.
Is that tax-free?
It's tax-free, and it runs over a 10-year period. And at any stage, if the client wants to get out of the NRAS scheme, they can, so they're not fixed. But what I noticed, Alice, and the biggest concern at the moment is I want buyers to start really looking at the properties they're buying. It's not a dog with a bow tie is still a dog. I want them to look at these NRAS properties and ensure that they stack up and that they're done by reputable developers.
So I can choose what NRAS property I purchase?
Absolutely, come and see me. You know, I'm going to sit down and help you out. We're going to make sure it's from the right developer in a good area, in a key growth area.
So how have you found the show?
Oh, fantastic. I love these events. You do too. I see you at them every year.
Absolutely, interviewing lovely people like yourself.
Oh, Dallas. Bring it, keep it coming, mate.
Elizabeth, thank you.
Thank you, Dallas.
Well, there you have it. I've just been talking to Elizabeth Jackson. She's from the NRAS Superstore. And if you're looking at investing, give Elizabeth a call. I have Ashley Jesson. He's from Invast, and we're going to be talking about CFDs. Ashley, welcome to Dollars or Cents.
Thank you, thank you.
Now, here we are at the Trading Investing Expo, and you're talking about what in particular?
Well, we're talking about contracts for difference, as you said, but we're also talking about foreign exchange, and we have a suite of products. So we do the contracts for difference, we do foreign exchange, plus we do direct equities, which is a little bit different to most people in our space. Not a lot of the brokers in our space actually offer the direct equities, where it's unleveraged as well as leveraged trading.
What does leveraged mean and unleveraged?
Yeah, leveraged trading means if you've got, say, $10,000 of your own cash, you can trade maybe up to $20,000, $30,000 or even $50,000 of money with just your $10,000 in cash.
So what happens if I lose?
What happens if you lose? Well, you need to put your stop losses in place and you need to have your risk management. But with contracts for difference and Forex, there is the potential to lose more than what you start with if you trade in a risky fashion.
So if I've got $10,000 and I put that in the bank,
yes,
I can leverage off that?
Well, if you put it in the bank, you're going to get mega interest rates.
I put it in your bank,
Yep.
you put it in the account,
yes,
you're right. I put it in the account and I've got $10,000 there.
Yep.
What happens if I lose $20,000? You want that $10,000 back though, don't you?
Well, what it is, you're self-directed, so we don't trade your funds. So you control all your funds. We have a suite of education that we think is absolutely essential when it comes to trading the market. So we'll give you the education so you know how to trade safely and trade, within your own risk parameters. You don't want to over leverage. So you need to make sure you're applying a sensible amount of leverage, or you can control the leverage and trade with no leverage if you want to. You're in control the whole time.
So Ashley, which strategies do you look at doing? You've got CFDs?
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah, there's foreign exchange strategies.
Yes.
The type of strategies we tend to teach are the ones that let the profits run and you cut your losses off short. So sensible strategies that enable you to get into the market. As the market's moving, you're able to add to your winning positions. And as it moves against you, we're all about cutting those losses off short to make sure your capital is preserved at all times.
Now, if I come to your company and your company is Invast,
yes, yep.
You'll teach me how to trade?
Absolutely, yeah.
How much will that cost me?
It doesn't cost you a cent. We actually pay an external company as well as having our own educational providers within our own company. We run 4 webinars a week and we do specific client-only webinars. Yep.
What's a webinar?
It's an online seminar. So instead of actually having to go to the location, you can do it from the comfort of your own home, sit there, we'll actually teach you and educate you live on your screen. You just watch the actual presentation online and you can ask questions and we will answer them, and you've got all the support within that. So how long am I going to take to learn how to do this? Yeah, well, it's like any new skill. If you don't have any background in learning this type of the market, then you need to take some time and you need to prepare and make sure you've got everything in place. So it can take some people several months to get up and running. And it can take some people, like a full-on trader, will take several years to make sure they develop strategies that suit their profile, their risk tolerance, and they identify strategies that suit their particular needs.
Now, Ashley, obviously I'm the other side of 50, knocking on the door to 60 years of age. And I walk up and down the Trading Investing Expo aisles here, and I see people in their 50s and their 60s, and maybe there's some sprightly 70-year-old plus people around, and they're trying to trade. Why is it that the older people are here at the show having a look around and not the younger people? Now, why is that?
Yeah, well, we actually find in the expos that we run here, there are a lot of people that are very focused on shares. Share trading seems to be a big focus, so that's why we actually offer direct shares. So we're able to accommodate the people that aren't looking for leverage trading. They want to trade in a risk-averse fashion and not take on any leverage.
Sure, but why do you think there's so many, and I can say it because I'm one of them, why are there so many oldies around?
Yeah, well, over the last couple of years, post-GFC, the returns have been quite meagre.
Global financial crisis, 2008,
Yes, the returns have been quite meagre, so it's been very difficult to get those returns. So a lot of people, whether they're young or old, are looking for sometimes alternate investments. So they come here to get educated, to find out what is available, where can they put their funds, where can they self-manage their funds, and where's the best return for their dollars.
Do you think it's a little bit risky for people in their twilight years of certainly working and to be investing like this?
Well, everyone is investing because we've got so much superannuation. So people own shares. What people don't realise with contracts for difference is you can actually use them as a risk protection mechanism.
Okay.
So you can hedge your existing blue chip portfolio to protect your downside.
Okay.
So there's a twofold. People use CFDs to speculate,
Yes.
and some people use it to hedge and protect their capital.
What's hedging?
Hedging is where you might own $10,000 worth of BHP,
Yes.
and you might think it's going to fall in value. So you're long $10,000 worth, you can actually take a short position and hedge that position. So if it fell $1,000 worth, you would lose $1,000 on your share portfolio, but you would make $1,000 on the CFD or your contracts for difference that you're trading.
Okay.
So that's a hedge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and you teach this?
Absolutely, yeah. Hedging is one of the strategies that we definitely teach, but there's a whole suite of short-term, medium-term and long-term strategies, risk management techniques, different entry and exit points.
Ashley, can you do this sort of thing in your self-managed super fund?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, you can. You need to be able to control the mandate. The mandate needs to stipulate what is available for you to trade as the trustee of that fund. So as long as you stipulate it and you work with the auditors to make sure that you're on track with the mandate of that fund, then CFDs can be used within a self-managed super fund, yes.
So you may have in your self-managed super fund, you'd have the balance of a third shares, third cash, third property, for example.
Yes.
And part of that would be the CFDs.
Yeah, well, in their self-managed super fund, some people actually hedge. So they'll actually use it as a risk protection mechanism.
Okay.
Some people, though, will use it to speculate, and usually in that sense, we will look for maybe 10% of your portfolio being in the speculation side.
Ashley, thank you for coming on Dollars with Sense.
Great, thanks a lot. Enjoyed being here.
I've just been talking to Ashley Jessen. He's from Invast Financial Services. You never know, CFDs might be for you, but as Ashley said, you want to make sure you've got the correct information and the correct education to go down that line. Thank you for watching Dollars with Sense.